coming right back from Davao, Commander D.
Good evening. Good evening. Oh, sound effects and everything.
Well,
Christine beside me, by the way. Yeah.
he has a live audience, you know.
Ay,
Ayo, 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 ayo.
Ay, sus, Ginoo. Wait, hold on. I'm confused now. So if you're from Davao, where are you now? If I may ask, if it's not too much of a safety issue.
I'm in Davao. I'm in my house. So
Okay,
yeah.
Davao. And then you recently just came from
Leyte. I was up in Samar. I spent 2 weeks going around Samar Island, and then I went back to Leyte, southern Leyte, and then I did a mad journey from 4 o'clock in the morning from Pintoyan all the way back to Davao, where I
you do realize there's like a couple of airports here and there that you could just take the airplane to and just sort of
I'd like to
fly,
try getting
right?
my motorbike up the steps though, or maybe the air bridge is going to be easier, right?
Right.
I wonder how that will go down.
I've actually kind of unofficially dubbed Commander D as the rediscoverer of the Philippines, you know?
Yeah.
He is all over the place. It's ridiculous.
Actually, that was going to be part of my intro, Commander, if you don't mind me saying. The reason why we got you on, that we'd like to have you on, and aside from the fact that, you know, we're living vicariously through your vlogs and all the other Filipinos, OFWs, you know, balikbayans, and, you know,
Balikbayans, yes.
Filipinos all over the world living vicariously through your adventures. We are two Filipino podcasters vicariously living through your BBC-esque local vlogs.
Very local.
But bottom line is, we're just really jealous of what you're doing. Really jealous of the opportunity.
It's like,
because look at us, Filipino in the States, that guy over there, and then me. Filipino here, Filipino here in Manila. Like, what am I doing here?
it's so annoying, you know. I mean, I'm honestly, my annoyance in regards to all of this is because I'm just absolutely jealous, you know, where you can just, obviously it takes you some planning, but essentially you're hopping into your bike and going all over the country, literally from north to south. My first question really is, I know that for quite a while now, you've basically learned the language of Bisaya, all right, or the dialect of Bisaya. Is it as helpful learning that as opposed to Tagalog if you're traveling up north?
Yeah, I mean, I learned Bisaya because I was based here, and this is before I ever started doing any of this traveling. So I was based here, and it was for me to really communicate with those who were working for me or who I was doing business with, and so on and so forth. So it served that purpose. But learning Tagalog would be useful, and I've started to pick up bits of it because once you go to the north, it's
right.
There are people who speak Bisaya, but they're few and far between. It's very, very much Tagalog. But Bisaya was the right one to learn at the time. It was what I was using. And if I'd learned Tagalog, I mean, everyone speaks Tagalog, yes, but can they express themselves in Tagalog? Not so easily, I'd say.
So I actually, So my wife is actually Bisaya. Bisaya dako ang akong asawa. Makasabot ko gamay na Bisaya. You know, just a little bit, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Now try saying that without reading the script. Try it again.
Oh heck no. No. I can't. I got it right here in front of me, right there. Now
your auto cue is pretty good, huh? It's you don't even notice it.
Exactly.
Some jokes even come across funnier in Bisaya than compared to English, or even if you translate it in English, it doesn't make.
Doesn't work.
It's not as funny. It's like you guys, Bisaya or Cebuano, how would you say it?
Yeah, Davaoeño.
Davaoeños. You guys have a different sense of humor there. I mean, it's like
yes, exactly that. Exactly that.
Contagious.
It is. No, it's very. Bisaya is or Bisaya, Cebuano Bisaya, however you want to call it. It's a very expressive language.
I was just about to say that.
So much expression in it. That's what I like about it. It's so it's fun. It's fun.
It kind of the main reason why I brought that up and asked that question is I noticed it 2 days ago. Really, how I'm understanding more Bisaya than usual. My wife speaks with her family in Bisaya, and then I'm watching videos and vlogs from you guys and Kulas and this other Cebuano that speaks in Bisaya. So I'm like, well, I can actually understand it.
But yeah. Or if you don't understand it, don't you hate the fact that you're gonna have to read the subtitles because you don't understand the Bisaya?
I know. Typically that would be the case, but it just naturally shocked me because, oh my god, I can actually understand what they're talking about. Just sitting there. Anyway,
And it's
no,
it's
no,
it,
I'm
but it's
good.
no, and it's awesome also to see Commander actually conversing with the with the locals, because they don't actually you don't
It
see
puts
them
me
sort
to
of
shame. I'm
you don't
embarrassed.
see them struggling to express themselves.
Right,
How
right.
does that you've been a couple of years here already. How does it feel now to really sink your teeth into it? I mean, let's get into the entrepreneurship thing, the businesses, the local business, the
Yeah.
micro entrepreneurship later, no? But for now, how does it are you beginning to really sort of settle in? Is the bed warm enough for you already? How does it feel now, a couple of years even deeper into it, learning the
Yeah.
language?
I mean, I've been here for 8 years, so I'd say the first 4 years were difficult. It was a big adjustment, and even when I spoke the language, there was still I didn't quite get it. But in about around the 5th or 6th year, things started to come together, and in the
Hmm.
7th year, I said, "Well, this is where I want to be," and it was really. Oh, I have a new title at the bottom now. It's like that. I really realized that this is where I want to be, and so yeah, it went together, and I came up from Samar, and in Samar it's awesome. The Warais are awesome people, but of course we don't speak the same language,
Mm.
Right.
and my Tagalog is very poor, and it's very pulo. So when I hit the Bisaya areas again, it was nice because I could just communicate again. Because it's Tagalog, I have to put it through here and then
Let's
in here and then out again. And
Right.
Yeah,
it's
no.
great because it's even when I hit Davao coming back, I hit the checkpoint and the guy started speaking to me in English. He said, "Oh, what's in here?" And because in my head it was mga sanina clothes, so I
Right.
had to translate from Bisaya into English, which is a weird phenomenon. And I go on clothes, and he said, Bisaya ka di ay." Oh, we had a good laugh about that.
It's almost like it's like a different country. You're experiencing a whole different Philippines compared to us here
Yeah.
doing with our experiences here. It's just so much richer. I think we're just so jealous. Like I said, I don't even want to hide it.
Yeah.
That's what I love about that's what I love about the Philippines is that in the Philippines it's like there's multiple nations. It's like there's yeah, it is. It's like
Yeah.
that. It's like multiple nations. That you could say there's probably 6 or 8 nations in one, and the culture it varies, and especially as I travel around, there are differences, but
Yeah.
but the spirit of the Filipino is always the same. That's what I really notice. Yeah,
Right.
That's
yeah.
beautiful. We can end the show right there. The spirit of the Philippines. Thanks for joining us today, Commander. Hey.
It's so we just put it on the background. This is like your new episode that you posted on Facebook, on YouTube and whatnot. You were in Northern Summer for quite a while, from what it looks like on your episodes, right? Now, one thing I really did notice was the language seems to have shifted so much. It seems like it's a whole different realm, just like what you said. How was that? I mean, was it really awkward walking around in that town, filming yourself and talking to your camera?
Oh, it always is awkward walking around talking to a camera, but the friendliness is what shines. And Wabai is a different language. It's
Right.
of the Bisaya language family, but it's a different language. There's not the comprehension between the two is limited. Between Cebuano and Wabai is limited.
Mm.
You can just about make it out, but But there are also walleyes who will speak Cebuano. A lot of them spent time in Cebu or in Mindanao, and so I was I was thankful I was with people who we can speak the same language, but
Mm-hmm.
in some spots it gets interesting sometimes. There's a lot of language, because when you think about what language you're gonna learn here, there's so many many to choose from, and yes, everyone speaks Tagalog to a very reasonable degree, but everyone also speaks English to a very reasonable degree. So
Correct.
for me, it's
And
about
and Visaya is not that far from it.
No, it's not. It's not. And I think Bisaya, so if we talk about Cebuano Bisaya, I think that's the largest I'm eating again. I'm always eating. I think that's the largest what's it called? The largest
Dialect.
native language group in the Philippines.
Mm.
I'd say that. I think Bisaya has the most native speakers, more than Tagalog, certainly. But more people speak Tagalog to some level of fluency.
Right. Sorry. It's just interesting watching that, and I'm like thinking to myself, it's kind of amazing how you're just able to adapt and like kind of like a chameleon in a way, because everywhere you go and where you look like, you just seem like a casual, regular person who lives in town, which is kind of cool.
Well, that's the most important thing to do, really.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you act like that and you do that, they'll treat you like one of them.
Right.
That's what
True.
I think it goes. It also goes without saying. Now, when you walk around and you kind of say that you're surprised that people are so friendly. I think it goes the other way around first. That, hey, wow, this Caucasian guy is so friendly to us also. So it just goes.
Yeah, I think people really reflect your energy. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Mm.
Noel?
One of the things that I wanted to ask you also, I mean, how did you take the other natural wonders of the world, natural wonders of the Philippines, the lubak roads? How did you get to? Were you okay managing those?
I am. I don't know about my motorbike. I was carrying a wood carving all the way down. We're about to get to that section. Yeah. Oh, there we are. I was actually quite amazed that it's possible for the roads to dip that low. And I mean, these action cams, it's twice as deep as it looks in real life.
Right.
I was quite impressed that it's possible for the substrate to dip like that. I thought, I've never seen that before. It was interesting. But
It's
when I got back to Davao, I had to change the front bearings on my motorbike.
It's gotten that bad, huh?
It's they're pretty bad, but you kind of deal with them. That's why my pickup is a Hilux, and it's modified for the roads. But even so, since a certain point, it very easily gets shaky. I think it's they're interesting, but hey, you know what? It's nice to have the roads. There's a good network of them.
So you were up north for quite a while, and then ventured on to the east side of Visayas and whatnot. What was the most memorable part so far?
So many
and some of those places, actually, you've been more. That's like